Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host, JJ48, and tonight we are continuing with Hogwarts Legacy. And looking at our Room of Requirements screen here, we have what appears to be a dragon egg. I'm guessing in reference to last week we helped return the dragon egg that we had found at the poacher's camp to the Mama Dragon, and settled that. Although, given the big deal about returning the egg and how it needed to be returned and not kept, I'm guessing that this is not a real dragon egg, but is maybe a stone shaped like a dragon egg, just kind of in commemoration of that. Because even though we're keeping a bunch of magical beasts in here, I somehow don't think a live dragon is meant to be one of them. I'm also not sure. Not sure if we've seen before. If we have, I don't recall. This drawer sticking open with some stuff hanging out of it. Maybe those are price tags. Maybe that's a reference to us getting our shop. Not sure. Otherwise, the other major thing we did last week, well, two other major things. One, we talked with Natty, helping to get some people who were being blackmailed, help them to get their return the items that were being held against them to them, and so that they'd be willing to speak up and testify. And we spoke to some centaurs about, or nearly got killed by most of the centaurs. We spoke to one centaur about how the poachers are after, I'm forgetting what it's called, but it was the thing that the golden snitch is based off of. It's a small yellowish or golden flying creature that can hover around and move very fast. They're apparently very valuable, thought to have been extinct, and yet I have reason to believe that the poachers are after them. So, okay. Our current objective is to go to the Forbidden Forest North. What were we working on? We're here with Poppy. We just spoke with the centaur. Okay, we were going to pick up some bubo tubers while we're here. That's right, because we were already in the forest and picking those up. Saw an astronomy table on our map here. Let's go find that first, 'cause those are always kind of fun. It appears to be just at the top of this hill, if we can... Wait. Take the easy way up. Okay. There we go. Okay. So this is... Is this Draco? Or... Forgetting what this...
Knowing a meat he's likely studied here.
Okay, that certainly looks like a dragon, so I think Draco's the name of that constellation. Oh. Okay. Alright, we'll follow the path the rest of the way down. anybody up here. I can see them on the map. I can't see them. Screen. Oh, there
Nothing
we
to
go.
poach in Arranger except spiders. Not worth the trouble if you ask me. Legs are far too brittle. Who says crime doesn't pay? Why, I'm practically
Totalis.
Oh, how'd that crime pay for you there?
I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
Okay, I think we got some more of the leaves. We can go ahead and do some of these. Okay. Oh, we got the glowing things.
Revelio.
Okay, and looks like there's some more back there.
Levioso. Confringo. Revelio.
You guys don't follow glowy wands, do you?
Lumos.
Oh, you do? Okay. Okay, so there's one. Okay, here's another one.
That was a mistake. Confringo.
Surprising how many
nothing to poach in Arranger except spiders.
Potato.
Is that the best you got? Oh,
Confringo.
Confringo. Accio. Compulso. Potato. Stupid one. Confringo. Stupid one.
Okay.
Compulso.
Marvelous strike!
Okay. Now, I know you guys are kind of upset that I'm in your space, but I really want to complete this Merlin trial, so the poachers will just have to wait.
Lumos.
Wait till I'm done.
That's that. Settled.
So I think one thing I'm learning from fighting these guys is the gloves seem to be the most survivable part of an outfit. Just seems like we're able. Oh,
Reducto.
okay, Ashwinders fighting spiders. We'll leave them to it. Those two groups seem to go well together. No need to bother them. I have some deer here. Oh, wait, what's this ruin?
These rocks have seen better days.
Is this an emblem on the ruin?
Revelio.
Okay, it doesn't seem to be anyone around. At least not over here. Poacher coat. Okay. What is this? Okay. I guess it's a bunch of interlocking rings. So, okay, I guess we have a ring here. We have a mirrored ring over here. Have that ring. Have that ring, and then, of course, the kind of double rings all the way around the outside. And then I guess it's Wykes that's what, moss or mold or something growing in there. I wonder what's there that would cause that to grow like that. Maybe whatever kind of paint or dye was used. wagon here. But I'm guessing that this wagon's fairly recent because looks like the main way you'd get a wagon over here would be through this gap, and this does not look like it originally was set up for wagon traffic through here.
Revelio.
Just looks like a little round room made of brick, just out here in the middle of nowhere. Was this? Kind of see a bit of an emblem on this side. It's either not as detailed or it's a different shape, or maybe it's just faded away. Could this have been a watchtower, maybe? Because it definitely extends upwards, and we don't know how tall it would have been. Although, assuming these woods were here at the time, it would have needed to be pretty tall to be able to see very well over the trees.
This is where Saccharissa said to go. Now, where are those booba tubers?
These booba tubers. These are.
Oh, that smells awful. Only 4 more, thank goodness.
Dark mongrel. Oh, suddenly took quite a bit of damage. Is it being attacked by a spider?
Revelio.
Surprised it can't smell us, or doesn't seem to be taking an interest in us if it can.
Anyone looking for trouble found it in me.
Why are there just all these cages hanging around the Forbidden Forest? What it was called? Gibbets or something? Between this and the ruins, it definitely seems like at some point the Forbidden Forest was occupied by people who were exerting some amount of control over it, or the surrounding lands. I don't know that they controlled the forest itself, but I wonder, maybe that's why.
Revelio.
Wonder if maybe that could be part of the reason the centaurs dislike wizards. Maybe there was some history with because centaurs, at least in these parts, primarily live in the Forbidden Forest, and maybe a long time ago when there were people living here, they had some disagreement, or maybe the centaurs are the reason that people no longer live in the forest.
Revelio. Just my luck, a troll. That should do it. I'd better get back to Saccharissa now.
Can I get this chest? Okay, good. Wouldn't want to leave without getting the Scottish jumper attire. Is this a little passageway over here? Okay, it's just another tunnel into the troll's lair. Troll seems a little high level for us. Let's head out. Hopefully the troll won't be too upset when he finds out that he's misplaced his Scottish jumper.
Sure as a mouse round here. Can't say I'm mine.
Okay, here's another ruin, and oh, look, this path has some actual steps, and not just like, you know, some slightly shaped dirt or some logs laid down to give you some more grip, but these are actual stone steps here. This. Okay, so we've got have a doorway here leading up from the stairs. I was trying to see which side's the inside and which side's the outside. It doesn't really seem to be much of an inside anymore. I'm assuming, based on the way the steps are kind of laid into the hill, that must have been outside, and this would be more inside. Or I guess I'm just seeing a wall. I'm not even seeing cross walls, so maybe this was just some kind of a wall across the path. Maybe there wasn't a
Betting on the dragon fight was the best decision I've made.
real inside or outside. Maybe it was just a like dividing line.
You can feed a beast, or it can feed you, if you get my meaning.
Okay. You guys go over there.
Irondale's not half as tough. When the clouds are dark is always the best time.
It's totalis.
It's as if nature herself lends a...
Probably should have finished listening to what you were saying, so kind of curious what it's like when the clouds are dark.
Revelio.
What is this? Oh, it's some hides. Hides and pelts or something.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Why is it blue?
Revelio.
Okay, I saw a quest marker over here. Let's see what that's about. Or is that our destination? Our destination should be that way. Inside the rock there. Ooh, okay, careful, don't fall.
The cave must be somewhere in this maze. I wonder what else is in here.
Wait, what? Is this one of the quests we got earlier? Okay. Oh, it's the Absconder encounter, okay. You find the Absconder's Cave. It should be in the Forbidden Forest to the northwest of Hogsmeade. Let's see, what level is that? Okay, we're on level for that, so yeah, let's go ahead and do that while we're here. Might as well. Anything else that needs to be done in the Forbidden Forest? Wait, it's either Absconder Counter or it's Plight of the House Elf. What is... Absconder Counter is nearby. Okay, Plight of the House Elf is down there, so okay. let's do Absconder counter. We'll also hit a where Garneth said to look. I've got quite a bit to do up in this area, so okay. May as well. But this one is in the Forbidden Forest, so let's go ahead and do this.
Incendio. Potato. Stupefy. Incendio.
Ah. Where'd that come from? Oh.
Incendio.
I like that your bar is staying yellow. Not really going down. I think we might just have to fight it.
Potato. Incendio. Accio. Descendo. Incendio. Potato. Stupefy.
It's the shrieking, burning spiders. Oh. We love to encounter so much. Okay, well, at least we got a spider fang out of the deal. That makes it worth it. So, oh, hey, we have some more ruins in here. Some more walls. Okay, so at first I was wondering if it was just like built across the path, like to block out spiders or something, but the way it's built up, it seems like someone was actually trying to build a castle or fortress or something inside this cliff-like maze. We have more steps inside.
Potato. Stupefy.
Okay, so in here looks like it's where we want to go.
This could be the Acromantula cave Mr. Adley mentioned.
Well, I mean, it's open at the top, so it seems like it's less of a cave and more of like a ravine or something.
Confringo.
But I should burn the spider egg sacs so they don't come spiders. Yeah, I was kind of hoping I could sneak past them, but that doesn't seem to be a thing. Oh. I never really noticed the mouth painted on those before. Okay. Okay, so we need to defeat this guy.
Descendo. Incendio. Confringo. Levioso. Capulso. Accio.
Okay, wow. Is ah. Okay. Here, take that.
Incendio. Incendio.
Is there anything else I can throw at it? 'Cause that seemed pretty effective. Whenever I try to do the blocking, it's like while I'm blocking one, another one comes up and is an unblockable thing. So I think I just need to try to dodge them.
Incendio.
Where'd you go?
Incendio.
Do I have enough? Won't let me use ancient magic on it. I was able to use it to start the fight, but okay.
Confringo. Depulso.
Now that's taken care of, I need to find the heirloom for my little daughter.
Protego. Stupefy.
Okay. Yeah, without the big one there, you're a little easier to block, aren't you? Okay, so find the heirloom Milo left behind.
Confringo.
I'm guessing it's going to be in the purple area, so that's going to be leaving the cave, according to our... Well, again, this isn't really a cave, it's more of a pit. But
Confringo.
yeah, it takes care of those quite nicely.
Revelio.
Okay. Something over here. Several somethings over there. Is this...
Confringo.
Go.
I need to bring this heirloom back to
Heirloom
Mr.
pocket
Utley.
watch, okay. Elf-made ivory gloves. Green striped gloves. Again with the gloves. I'm assuming the ivory gloves are just ivory color, not like gloves made of ivory. Pretty sure if you were making gloves of ivory, that would be more of like gauntlets or something than gloves. Okay, so let's see. We'll go over and rescue Biscuit, but what the hell's... I guess it's... And we can go over there, and then we can come back down to apply to the house elf, help Deke's friend. All right. Yeah, see, if that were a cave, we wouldn't be able to fly right out the top of it, so...
They come after me.
Come to think of it, months ago I had a growth.
Let's grab Merlin Trial while we're here.
I know what that means. Merlin trial.
Revelio.
Okay, oh, we've got a stone here. We've got, oh, okay. We need to
Confringo.
move the stone down here. What are these standing stones for? Got a stack of stones.
Reparo.
Oh, okay. Have this stone, which also has a symbol on it that's kind of similar to the symbol we saw.
Wingardium Leviosa.
It's kind of similar to what we saw at that ruin.
Not so tricky after all, Merlin.
Yeah, that one was kind of easy, Merlin. I think Merlin was not on his A game there when he was thinking that one up. Maybe this was one of the last ones that Merlin did when he was... like, he figured out how many of them he wanted to do and then just started running out of ideas towards the end. Ooh, there's a balloon up there too. Hitting balloons is one thing we also need, so it's right around the camp. Don't see where the other balloons are, though. Oh, there's one over there. Okay. So there's one. There's...
Poachers. Garniff was right then. I'd better be careful.
Yeah, we better fly around in the air, popping balloons and being very obvious where we are. Okay, there's two. Where are the other? Oh. Ah, here we go. Okay. Let's see if we can sneak in and find Biscuit, which I forget what Biscuit. Oh, Biscuit was a moon calf, right? Or is a moon calf, hopefully.
I almost captured a grapphorn in the forest. It escaped, but still. I find the rare
Aloha Mora.
in the forest.
I could do this without them even realizing we're here.
Now then, which one of you is Biscuit?
Oh, I saw Biscuit the moon calf. Okay. Poachers thoroughly uninterested in the fact that their moon calves all just got out.
I saw hoof prints in the forest the other day that I swear belonged to a unicorn. Think of how much we could get for that.
Okay, can we get behind any of these?
Alive. Concentrate on the spoils we'll be leaving with. Crap, mate.
He's... Here, this guy's coming over.
Something's not right here.
Potato.
Better be a beast.
I will not be cast about for your amusement. Confringo.
Careful.
Levioso. Protego. Incendio. The flames consume you. Confringo. Levioso. Repulsor. Stupefy.
Wolf Animagus. No, I think I'm. Well, still have transform a Animagus back to human form. Let's try doing that. Oh, I was gonna do that. You're no fun. You changed back to human form before I could force you to. It's not very sporting of you.
The beasts are safer now.
Okay.
Revelio.
So let's see. We still need to find which mooncalf is Biscuit. Okay, we have a mooncalf. So I wonder. We're gonna need to like capture Biscuit in our sack, or once we find Biscuit, will Biscuit just follow us?
Revelio.
Okay, wow, they really scattered, didn't they? There's Biscuit. Okay, so let's...
Levioso. All right, Biscuit. Let's get you back to Garniff, shall we?
All right. So now we should be able to take Biscuit back. On our way back, let's go... What? Oh, there we go. So what? Let's go find Deke's friend. So what's this building?
I'm famished.
Oh, okay. It's just a goblin camp. Okay, I saw these ruins with the camp behind it and thought it was part of like some larger complex or something. That's just a little... This is small enough, might have been just like a single... Well, I was going to say it might be a single house, but man, look how thick the wall is. That does not look like that's just a house wall. This was clearly some kind of a fortification. But
I was only young, mind. Not like I'd fall out now.
although it did look like it was made of brick, not stone. And with all this, I mean, we're up in the mountains here. You'd think stone would be pretty easy to come by. So I don't know. It wasn't
Perhaps I shall scout around
the fact that they
Felcroft for
couldn't
some
get
of the
stone. Maybe bricks are cheaper to make than quarrying stone?
This must be Tobbs's cave. It's suppose I should head inside.
Leviosa!
Oh, excuse me. Okay, beware spiders. Yeah, you spiders better beware. You're about to encounter me.
Confringo!
Somebody has set up shop in here. Tobbs, you missed your quota by 3 files. You know what that means? It means my loyal customers will be missing their bottles of Seamus's shrinking solution. Because of your foolish mistake, you'll be given no food for a week. I also expect you to punish yourself accordingly. When I return for the next shipment, I'd best see bloodied bandages instead of your usual idiotic grin. If you do not meet your next quota, plus 5 extra files, you will lose more than your food privileges. Oh my. Okay, so Tobbs, I believe, was
Hobbs'
Deke's friend.
master is awful.
Yeah. Okay, so that's right. Tobbs was sent here, I guess, to do work on some potions.
Tobbs? Tobbs? Deke sent me. Are you in here?
Okay, can I jump over there, or should I explore down first? So it seems like we have some ledges down. Okay.
Confringo.
Sounded like something was about to fight us, but then suddenly it wasn't. Okay, we've just got cloth hanging up here. Is this the laundry? No wizards. I'm assuming is that like Randrock Loyalist stuff? A little doll. What's that a doll of? Oh. Got button eyes. It's got the plants. I'm guessing it's stuffed with plants, then the leaves are coming out as its hands and feet and the hair on its head. Okay, so maybe, I guess this looks like laundry, but none of it looks like clothing. So this is probably Dobbs's room. Might also make sense if this nice small opening, he could get in pretty easily, and then might be able to block it up to keep spiders from getting at him. Does it look like a mandrake doll? You know, it does kind of look like a mandrake, doesn't it? The plants on top. And I guess if Dobbs is good with potions and potion ingredients and stuff, the mandrake would be something to be nice and familiar to him. Okay, I think we're gonna have to take these guys out. Can I sneak up and... Oh, that didn't work. How is it? How does it keep screaming after it's been blown up? Gear slots are full. Okay. So, if we find anything else, we're going to have to get rid of some stuff. looks like your roller skate's locked up there. Okay, we have a little... Oh, what? I have a skeleton here. Wearing a waistcoat. Well, between it being kind of big, like the size of a person or a human, and the fact that it was wearing actual clothing, I'm going to assume that that's not Dobbs.
It looks as if Tobbs was here some time ago. He must have headed deeper into the cave. Confringo.
What's this going to be? Okay, can't get that. Let's get rid of some stuff. Okay. We've upgraded a lot of our gear, so probably not going to find too much that's better than it at the moment. But we can at least get rid of some. Oh yeah, I got that Scottish jumper attire. Tartan classic school uniform. Kind of curious what that jumper attire looks like. Okay. Let's... Oh, that's a good look. Cleared out some stuff. And got a distinguished school cloak. Good. Kind of surprised more Hogwarts students don't like go into the clothing business. 'Cause, I mean, you spend a couple hours just roaming around the grounds outside of school and can easily find plenty of stuff to keep your own shop stocked.
Confringo. Revelio.
Okay. Just the little spider's way over there. Oh, it's that blue door. Or chest or whatever. There's two of them. I guess they don't look like doors. They look like a rack of some kind. Guess we'll find out when we get over there.
Revelio.
Is this... This is the entrance, isn't it? Yeah, because here's this bit. So, okay, we need to figure out how to get up there. Okay, that was helpful.
Revelio.
Okay, we tried going across, and that didn't seem to get us... Just seemed to loop us back around, unless I took a wrong turn somewhere. Okay, let's see if we can open up our map. I want to open up the map. Oh, map's not available. That's right. In this game, we don't really have a local map. We just have the global map and our little mini map here. Okay, so it doesn't seem like we can get up this way. What is this? What is this?
Lumos.
Oh, broke some bottles. That's what it is. Alright, so if we can't get up that way, I'm guessing maybe that's the way back. We get up to wherever that is. And then on the way back, I guess that's probably a door or a gate or something. And then we'll end up finding our way through, get to that side, and then we'll get over to here, and that'll be our shortcut out. Okay. I'm looking on my mini map for any places that lead, any places that we haven't yet explored. So, okay, I think in here, or somewhere around here, was where I kind of got turned around. It might have been, when we, after this,
Revelio.
when I saw those in the distance, I assumed that was where we had to go. Because, oh yeah, here's a bunch of stuff we haven't taken out yet. Oh, yeah. Came around here, got this, and then I think ended up just going right back that way.
Revelio.
So, okay. Okay, this seems like we're on the right track.
Revelio.
Okay. I don't know if I can make this jump standing, but I should be able to make it if I run. Yeah.
Levioso.
Revelio.
Don't like having to crawl through a small place like this with those spiders right over my head. Even if those ones are more for decor and aren't going to attack me, that's still very unnerving. Guess good thing I've got a hat on, at least a little bit of a barrier between me and them.
Protego. Levioso. Confringo. Stupid one.
Something high level somewhere. If you're looking for Tobbs, it seems he has dried up all the leeches here and must be deeper in the cave. Tobbs hopes Master will return. It's much too dangerous for Master to follow. Please be careful of the spiders.
That didn't sound particularly reassuring.
Yeah.
Confringo. Revelio.
Okay, so unfortunately we were in the middle of combat when we had that, but so it sounds like Tobbs has moved deeper into the cave.
Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Okay, I think we're getting closer to that area we saw before. I wonder, these ropes along the way. There was one over one of the gaps. There's this one right here. Doesn't seem like it's connected to anything. I wonder, is this how Tobbs gets around? Like, is this for his purpose to be able to help him climb up here and crossing one of the gaps? I don't know. Wow.
Protego. Stupid. Confringo. Stupid. Confringo. Protego. Stupid. Confringo. Confringo. Protego. Stupid.
Ow. But it seems like the major job of these little ones, it just seems to be getting in the way, so it's really hard to target the main one. As well as to keep having these little attacks.
Confringo.
Okay.
Not my fault you're a deadly great spider.
Yeah. Why are you blaming me for that?
Revelio.
Then again, I guess a deadly great spider probably doesn't have all that much reasoning ability, so really can't fault it too much for coming to bad conclusions. Teal fingerless gloves. Okay. Oh.
Confringo.
Not sure why you need to burn through the spider thread. I mean, for some of it, it could be quite large and thick, but for a lot of it, this just looks like normal cobwebs. You should just be able to like, stick a stick through it and kind of gather them up. All right. What's this,
Revelio.
though? Okay. Yeah, there's. I guess fencing is what we're seeing. What's down here? Is there a way?
Confringo.
Okay, embellished house cloak.
feeling that house elf is Tobbs.
Uh-oh.
Confringo!
Oh no. Are you okay? Master, if you find Tobbs' body, the big spider was too much. Tobbs has failed you and deserves his punishment. Tobbs feels weak. Sleepy. Tobbs must. Oh no.
Poor Tobbs.
Are we too late?
Left here alone with the spiders.
Hmm. He came down here to dry more of the ingredients that he needed. But I had to make it past the big spider and couldn't
Revelio.
manage it. Oh no. So where? Okay, this loops around, but I want to see if we can get in this place first. I think if we can.
Confringo!
There we go. Well, I hope after this that we're going to have a few words with Tobbs' master, because that's...
Revelio.
He seems to be quite to blame for this. Seeing as how he's the reason that Tobbs was here alone. This wasn't just like a, oh, Tobbs wandered into an unfortunate situation. This was Tobbs was placed in a very dangerous position and kept here while the guy seemingly knew full well that it was dangerous.
Revelio.
He knew about seems to have known about the spiders, well, with all the warnings and everything. In fact, all the spiders being here might be...
Looks familiar. Seems I'm back at the entrance to the cave.
Yeah, nothing gets by us, does it? So. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's... That's a bit of unfortunate outcome. Yeah, well, but we do need to tell Deke about it, and we also need to. We're also going to need to. Hopefully, we'll be able to confront Tobbs' masters. Okay. Oh, we're also right near a friend indeed in Upper Hogsfield. Speak with Dorothy Sprottle about her Horklump needs and ask her about Sorona's box of letters. Okay. So let's go there while we're here. Notice the whole lighting changes when we're in the Forbidden Forest versus when we're not. Like, in the Forbidden Forest, everything just kind of has this little bit of a greenish, yellowish tint to it. Just makes it seem a little bit more... I don't know, it just seems a little bit more off. This more bluish just seems like a cold, clear night. But Okay, that's right. Upper Hogsmeade is. Oh, it's the place that has the large dam, right? There's also an archaeology or an astronomy table.
Petrificus totalis.
Those were the easiest dogs to sneak up on I think I've ever encountered.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over poaching.
Here's one of those tables Professor Shaw mentioned.
But can I not use it? Only at night. It is night. What do you, is it almost dawn or? Don't know why we have a bright light to the north. Maybe it's starting to brighten up in the east, so maybe this is dawn and it's too close to. Okay. Well, it appears on our maps. We can always come back to that later.
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Up at not quite nighttime doing yard work. Okay, yeah. Well. Yeah, I guess the sky's starting to get brighter and I think the music's popping in because whole village is starting to wake up. It's right around dawn. Okay.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aiden used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Okay. Believe it or not, I have some with me. Yeah, we've kind of been grabbing Horklumps like throughout the whole Forbidden Forest, haven't we? So.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aiden died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aiden took ill when he was collecting Horklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather Horklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Wait, you want more Horklumps? So was he hanging out in the cavern, or why else would he drop the box there? So, okay, what was Sirona like when she was my age?
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
What was in the box of letters?
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Spruttle.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk clumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Did we not have enough horror clumps to turn in, or is it just a scripted? Is it just scripted that she says that no matter what? Turn to Garnoff. Turn the heirloom to Edgar. Turn to Saccharissa Tugwood. Okay. Find and enter the cavern. And tell Deke. Okay, so it's not telling us to collect more Horclumps. So I guess we just need to find this cave.
Who lived here, I wonder?
Somebody's still living here, it seems. You guys aren't poachers, are you? No, just a couple people hanging out in this ruined house. Okay. Oh, one guy's sleeping and one's reading, so probably no sense in bothering them as long as they're not causing any harm. Okay, got our cave here.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Oh, it's Horclump Hollow. It's actually named
I
for...
dream of making a better world for me.
It's a little selfish of you, don't you think? Making a better world just for you. Got a rope.
I found
down.
a Dirical den near one of the hamlets. Made some galleons off that little find.
Visit the cave to find Zerona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more Horclumps while I'm there. Better have a look around. See about the Horclumps and the box of letters. Confringo!
We already gave her Horclumps, and we don't have a quest objective for collecting more, so...
That's all the Horclumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
I guess we need to collect letters and the letter box. Okay, must have gotten scattered. Okay. So this cave is full of Horclumps, but it's not just a cave, it's like a building built into the hill here. But it's not like it's fully excavated. A lot of this looks like it's just kind of natural, and then we have these doorways kind of framed out. We have some support pillars, I guess, in places where it might have been maybe that was where it was a little weak. Can we leap over? Yeah.
Revelio.
Oh. There's a lot of stuff down there.
Confringo. Revelio.
This is the end of another passageway.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
Okay. Avoiding it altogether doesn't seem like it's... Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. Let's try using some of our stuff. Cabbages are always good. Let's start with a Thunder Brew. Okay. Wow, the fights are a bit easier when you remember you have potions and other stuff. Why is there a cage in here that seems troll-sized? Is this... So we have a tall shaft here with windows looking in on it. Have this... Every way is like barred and chained and stuff. And we have a... Here. I'm thinking this troll was kept here. Someone deliberately moved the troll here and then maybe had it fight stuff or fight people. Is this like an execution method?
Confringo.
Was it done for amusement? Was it like a gladiator?
Cabalso. Lumos. Revelio.
Black leather gloves.
Lumos.
Okay, this whole way's kind of collapsed and caved in. Although it does look like... Looks like that's more than enough. Somebody might have come down here. Maybe got in this way.
Revelio.
Okay, this place looks like it's a bit more... it's a bit more built. A bit more... constructed.
Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo.
We're out of a lot of stuff, so it really doesn't matter, but if I found more, this is probably one of the ones I'd mind losing the least.
Revelio.
There's a chest way up there, I guess. Hello, squirrel. Oh, okay, here's a bunch of letters. Dear Serona, when I arrived here, I had a troubling sense that in many ways I wasn't like the other first years. I confessed I worried that Hogwarts might not have been the proper place for me, and pondered sending an owl to my parents asking them to fetch me almost before the first week of class had ended. How did you know? I presume you're not secretly a legilimens. Legilimens, the being able to like read minds. But I wonder that you seem to know my thoughts better than I did myself. That day in the Three Broomsticks, when you spotted me huddled in a corner, staring blankly at an untouched butterbeer and an empty bit of parchment, my quill dripping ink woefully onto the floor, you came to sit with me. Well, I shall never forget it. I recall a sudden sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me, when you told me about how nervous you'd been to come to Hogwarts. I looked at you, and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but the confident, contented witch sitting before me. In the days that followed, I marveled at how you charmed, in the non-magical sense I mean, everyone around you without apology, embracing who you were and who they were. It was as though a candle had flickered on for me. I realized that I could choose that path as well. Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first-year witch I had been seems worlds away. I know it's because you saw yourself in that despairing creature in the corner of the pub and so generously extended yourself to her. Yours sincerely, Mirabelle. P.S. Please tell Mrs. Sprottle that I still plan on visiting her and Mr. Sprottle whenever I can, for their delightful conversation, and, I am unashamed to admit, her incomparable cauldron cakes. Okay. Because it's fortunate for us that all the letters just fell right here.
Revelio.
Yeah, it should be 5 here, then I'm guessing that's the box. Dear Srona, I conjured this wee gift for you as a token of my gratitude. If you hadn't stood your ground on my behalf during Quidditch practice last week, I might have left the team altogether. And now we've won the Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw House would not be the same without you. Yours sincerely, Sean. Okay, so Sirona was a Ravenclaw. My dear Sirona, I've sent a note separately to dear Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle for their hospitality, but felt the need to put quill to parchment with my thanks to you as well. What a lovely respite from the castle. I won't soon forget how we giggled about that ridiculous gnome. Did he truly believe that he was singing? And Mrs. Sprottle's steak and kidney pie was simply glorious. I shall be dreaming of it for days. I do appreciate you including me. I fear I must warn you, however, that this does not mean I'll go easy on you in next week's match. You know that Ravenclaw is no match at all for Slytherin this year. Most gratefully yours, Philomena.
This must be Sorona's box of letters.
And recall that when Sirona asked us to get the letters, we were explicitly told that we had permission to read them. So we're not. It's not like we're snooping or looking into private affairs that we shouldn't. Most of these letters just seem like it's just letters between friends and stuff. Nothing too secretive. So, dear Sirona, happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneaked into the kitchens. Maybe I snuck into the kitchens and asked Finky to make your favorite, cream crowdis. She was delighted to oblige. Not sure where she got raspberries at this time of year. Genius, that Finky. Bess.
I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad to have it back.
Dear Mrs. Sprottle, Mother and Father were delighted to hear that you and I had spent the afternoon at Gladrags last Saturday. Truth be told, I think my mother was ever so slightly envious. I shan't soon forget how heartily we laughed at my efforts to lace the bodice of my new dress. A challenge indeed, as is the rather delicate practice of properly situating a hat pin without wounding either my hat or my head. But I adore everything that we selected, and I have you to thank for now feeling like a marvelously fashionable witch. It was also a treat to dine at the Three Broomsticks without having to clear the tables. I shall own a place like that one day, mark my words. I consider myself more than lucky that you and Mr. Sprottle agreed to let me stay. I know that my parents feel precisely the same way. Yours gratefully, Sirona.
I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back.
Okay.
Revelio.
I think there was a bit we didn't find in here, but... Well, let's go start turning in stuff. We know Sirona is in Hogsmeade. but I feel like which one was it? Was Teresa Tugwood also in Hogsmeade? Because that one I thought was leading us to like just outside the forest. Where is it? No, it's just a different spot in Hogsmeade. Okay. I think most of these are going to be in Hogsmeade or Hogwarts then. This, oh, it's back into the cave. I want to go over. Oh, okay, that's right. We can't fly into town. Oh, that's right. There's one of the chests that we opened up. Seems odd just having a building with steps up to it out here on its own. And this... Why would that even be there? It's not attached to anything but below it, so it's not like it's a tower that's accessible from the outside. It's just some kind of an outbuilding that we decided we wanted to put on a cliff rather than, you know, say over here or something.
Saccharissa, I found the tubers you needed.
Splendid. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. May I have them?
No. So either yes or yes, but for a higher price. No, we agreed to do it. Well, here you can.
Of course. Happy to have found them for you.
Thank you. And your payment, of course. Now I can begin perfecting my potion to save our poor pimply peers. Don't know who should be more grateful, I or our unsightly spotty classmates.
Okay.
One day the wizarding world will know my name, and you will have been a small part of it.
Well, I'm guessing that low self-esteem is not something you struggle with. Okay, let's... Biscuit, or Garnuff, the one who needed Biscuit, was around here, right? Yeah, it's just up on the kind of west side there.
My taste.
He's probably worried sick, so we should probably return those.
Good thing the Ministry banned underage sorcery.
Oh, that's right, he was there hanging out under the bridge. Don't worry, dude.
Garniff, I've rescued Biscuit.
You have? Oh, is she hurt? Was she frightened? Are you all right?
It was terrifying for both of us. We're both fine. Yeah, honestly, she and the other Mooncalves barely seemed to even notice. When I let them out, they just kind of meandered around a bit.
Biscuit is fine, as am I. I was able to rescue her without much incident.
Oh, mercy. Where poachers are concerned, I tend to expect the worst. I cannot wait to get her home. I so miss seeing her dance in the evenings. Such joy.
I'm sure she'll be glad to be home. I'd like to be compensated for my efforts, or she's safer with me. Yeah, I don't. I think we can catch enough mooncalves on our own if we want them. There's no need to just steal this guy's pet, so I'm sure she'll be glad to be home.
I'm glad she's safe now. I'm sure she'll be happy to go home.
That is a great weight off my mind.
Should we take her out of the bag at some
Sweet
point?
little biscuit, my wise, noble mooncalf. And here is your reward, of course. Well deserved. As I said before, you have restored my faith in wizard kind. You've restored at least a modicum of my faith in wizard kind. Biscuit and I can't thank you enough.
Did we? I'm assuming we gave him biscuit somehow. Okay. Turn the heirloom to Edgar. Where was Edgar? Okay, he's somewhere. Oh, okay, he's way down there. Okay, we might be a little while before we talk to Edgar again. Not really plan on heading down there at the moment. Let's give Sirona the letters. And then we'll go break the bad news to Deke. And then we might be able to go pursue a keeper trial. I guess since I'm here, I should probably sell the stuff I've got. There's another couple nice big Christmas trees here.
But breaking into Alfred Lawley's home wasn't the brightest idea.
Who broke into Alfred Lawley's home? Was that to us somehow before we came in, or did somebody else break in?
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk lumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
Okay. Happy to help. Or may I ask you about the letters in the box? What questions can we ask?
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
Were you on a Quidditch team? Is Mirabelle Professor Garlic? Are Mrs. Sprottle and you as close as you seem? Yeah, you played Quidditch? What position?
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
You know, I hadn't thought about it before, but that actually does make sense. That at Hogwarts they have the Quidditch pitch, I guess you'd say, that seems to have a lot of seating, and I had always just assumed it was just kind of students and staff, but being nearby, I guess it makes sense that folks from Hogsmeade might go over to watch the games. Did kind of like people in town going to visit watch a high school football game or something. Okay. Is Mirabelle Professor Garlic?
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlic?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
Are Mrs. Sprottle and you as close as you seem?
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aiden. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand, and not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through, well, Got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
Okay. Well, it's happy to help. And hope you enjoy your letters and your trip down memory lane.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aiden. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Said as a reward, we got a keg shelf for, I guess, for the room of requirements.
Folks still talk about you taking down that troll in the village circle. You certainly made an impression.
Giving a keg shelf to a high school student. Okay, let's... Speaking of the room of requirements, let's head up there. We'll replenish our potions and our plants and give Deke the bad news. If there's more to it than this, like if we do want to go confront the master, Tobbs' master, then we'll do that before the next keeper trial. Where is Deke? I'm not seeing a bunch of jelly beans on the floor. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's reading. Does he always wear reading glasses, or is it just when he's got a book out? I don't recall seeing him wearing those before. Or glasses, I guess, if he's only has it when he's got a book out, though. That's what would make them reading glasses. I'm back from the cave, or I'd like to ask about the ambience. I'm back from the cave, Deke.
I'm back from the cave, Deke.
Wonderful. Deke hopes you gave Deke's best
Oh, yeah, he's not
to
wearing
Tobbs.
glasses.
I'm sorry to tell you this, Deke, but Tobbs is gone. It seems he was unable to avoid the spiders in the end.
Oh my. Deke was afraid of this, alone in that cave for so long. Oh, poor Tobbs. Deke and Tobbs once shared the same master. When he died, we were separated. Deke always wished Tobbs had been sent to Hogwarts too. Deke feels lucky to serve such kind witches and wizards like you. Deke will miss his friend dearly, and will raise a glass to him with a heavy heart.
I'm sorry. It's wise to move on. Let's give him a little time before trying to force move on. You need to move on eventually, but you need to be able to process things and kind of get some closure first. So yeah, I'm sorry, Deke. If there's anything we can do, let me know.
I'm truly sorry about your friend, Deke.
Thank you. You are very kind. Deke could use some time alone to think, if that's all right.
I was actually kind of hoping that we would confront Tobbs' master. 'Cause it certainly seems like he needs it. Oh, we didn't actually sell any of our stuff while we were in town, did we? No. Oh, we got some mail.
When you have a moment, please stop by the room of requirement. Deke mentioned you might be interested in learning how to breed beasts.
Yeah, Deke's kind of going through some stuff at the moment. I think we. So on the one hand, it might be something to take his mind off of things, but on the other hand, I mean, it needs a little bit of time, I think. Okay. Probably have a little bit of every potion, really. Let's have each table make a different potion. If we have the ingredients, which for most of these it seems like we do. Stability potion. This way, when I accidentally hit tab instead of escape, we'll have something to waste, no matter what slot we're on. Can't carry any more Wiggenweld potion. Okay, let's just empty it then. That does mean we're going to have quite a few fewer Wiggenweld potions when we... as we go... as we come back here, but... they're also pretty quick to make, and if we run out, we'll just, you know, avoid combat stuff. Let's also want to make sure we...
When you have a moment, please come and talk to Deke.
Deke, not now. You're supposed to be having some alone time. Your thoughts. Dark smithing attire? Now, is that just smithing attire which is dark in color, or is dark smithing like the smithing equivalent of dark magic? Well, it's better than what we've got, so let's... Okay, that'll be better when we gain a couple levels. Ancient Mysteries Scarf. Sounds fun. A leather sorcerer hat. Okay, that's basically what we're already getting. We'll just get a better one. Rugged dueling gloves. Okay. Okay, let's see. Where do we want to go? Foal of the Dead. Okay, yeah. Talk to Deke later. Maybe you're just down south. We still need to keep an eye out for one more Daedalian key, but... not sure where that could be. The portrait of Professor Niamh Fitzgerald has appeared in the map chamber. I should go there and speak with her. Okay. For the map chamber, let's just warp down there.
Welcome back.
Oh, hello?
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself.
Yeah.
You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand.
Okay.
Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Okay, so we're going to find a way to
How
the
will I gain
headmaster's
access
office.
to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Okay,
Revelio.
find a way to get into the headmaster's. The Polyjuice plot. Are we going to use Polyjuice Potion? That sounds fun.
You can't imagine how inconvenient
I can't imagine it because a lot of times I'm still just running around rather than using the flu powder. Okay, there are some more quests around the area. I should probably also try to pick those up if I can.
Revelio.
Probably should have looked at what direction the quests were.
About this? I'm really sorry. I didn't mean... That light was behind me. I promise.
Okay, oh, there's somebody right over there wants to speak. Oh, is that the flying instructor's
One
class
up, one to go.
or office? Yeah. What is this? Okay, it's a flu spot. Okay.
Revelio. Professor, I wondered if I could ask how you came to Hogwarts.
I suppose that is not an unexpected question. After I told you about my time in Mahutokoro, it was a simple matter of fate, really. After my experience with the Toyohashi Tengu, I was determined to find work that would fulfill me. I accepted a position with the Japanese Ministry of Magic. I cannot tell you the specifics of my work. A few years into my post, I had the honor of working with Professor Weasley, at the time a curse breaker for the British Ministry.
Professor Weasley was a curse breaker for the Ministry.
She was. But I would advise you not to inquire upon it. She is quite clear that her focus is now Hogwarts. We coordinated, shall we say, defensive efforts on a particular matter, and were talking one evening about the rigors of our respective positions. She mentioned plans to return to Britain and Hogwarts specifically. I noted I could appreciate her decision. Her description of the school was so enchanting that when she wrote to me a few years later about the open position of flying professor, I was intrigued.
Yeah. So I understand wanting to leave your past, or how could you leave your home? A couple things I want to mention. She said the name of the school was Maho Tokoro, which I believe translates roughly to magic place. Maho, I think, is Japanese for magic, and Tokoro just means like a place, a location. Okay, and let's see. This is taking place in the 1890s. So, yeah, in like the 1860s or 70s, I think was it a little bit earlier in the 40s. Uh, in the mid 19th century, um, up to that point, Japan had basically been closed to foreign traffic for some time, and then there was some internal disputes, and um, eventually Japan was forced by the outside to trade, and due to some internal conflicts, the side started allying with some outsiders. So anyway, uh, there was at the time quite a bit of uh, trade and goings on, particularly I think with the British and French, as the Japanese started trading again and realized that the world had changed quite a bit since they closed their doors and were very interested in new technologies and new ways of doing things. Um, so yeah, it would make sense having. I'm not sure exactly why the British Ministry of Magic would have sent a witch over there, like what her specific job was, but it does make sense that there would be some comings and goings at that in that time. So, um, but yeah, it seems like that's quite a big move going from traveling all the way around the world just to be a flying professor.
Wasn't it difficult to leave your home?
In some way, yes. But in others, I was ready for another adventure, to bring my experience and knowledge to another realm. My reason for coming to Hogwarts was to expand my horizons.
Then you enjoy being a flying instructor, even after all that happened?
I do. And not despite all that happened, but because of it. You would do well to let lessons be just that, lessons. Learn from your errors, in judgment or otherwise. I am proud to impart such knowledge upon students, no matter where in the globe they may reside.
Okay. Also, I don't think I realized. Maybe I realized it and mentioned it last time, but if I didn't mention it, I didn't realize it. Uh, she said she was. Her team was the Toyohashi Tengu. Toyohashi's one of the places I visited in Japan that's, it's, I believe, just a bit outside of Nagoya, ways south of Tokyo.
Hello, Homura.
I guess next time I visit Japan, I'll have to see if I can find where Maho Tokoro is. Visit it. Although, I guess if it's anything like Hogwarts, they have all sorts of spells and charms to prevent Muggles from being able to find it. Oh, okay. Let's do another round of this with Samantha Dale.
Hello, Samantha. Are you here for someone as court?
I am. I'm actually rather good at it. Used to play all the time with my brother until... Never mind. Shall we begin?
Okay, yeah.
Yes, I'm ready to play.
Then let's get summoning.
Okay, we've got some
Accio!
magical fields that
What
pull
was I thinking?
balls off the... Okay.
Accio.
That was sensational!
Thank you.
Accio! Yes!
Okay, well, still got a few points, I guess.
Accio!
Oh, okay, we're gonna have to...
Yes!
Okay, well... Good news is, I think, as long as we don't go off, I think even if it lands in here, that should still get us 20 points and put us ahead. But...
Accio!
Yeah, as long as we don't bump back to... I was hoping to pull it out, but I...
That settles it, then.
Okay, Samantha doesn't seem too pleased, but... Hey, good game.
After your poor show against Natty in class, I thought I could beat you. Appears I overestimated myself.
Poor show. Did we have a poor show against Natty? I thought we did pretty well. Maybe I'm thinking of a different save file. You played well.
Don't say that, Samantha. You're a fine player.
Well, that's very kind of you. Let's just say if I'm good, then you're better. I happen to know who you're up against next, and she's no shy opponent. Best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
My brother's doing well, thanks to you. And he listens to me now. Turns out having beats for feet teaches a memorable lesson.
Forgetting what we did with Samantha's brother. But glad things are working out for her, I guess. What was through this way?
I have family in Irondale. Father wants me to visit them.
I know we've been here before. Just the long passage over to the potions classroom in that area, I guess. There's something we haven't...
400 years. 400 years I've been hearing this, and I've truly had enough. I simply cannot be with you any longer.
Yeah,
Hello,
well,
Homura.
leave you two to work things out, I guess. Probably not much I can do to help there.
Fine now. Revelio.
Oh, hey. Demi guys that we can't get at the moment. Okay. Can we wait while we're here? Yeah, okay, we can wait. There we go. There's this. Have we seen this one before? There's a cave over there. Although, I think it would...
Accio.
Pretty sure that would show up regardless. The Pulso Puzzle Room 1. It sounds like something we would have already done. Let's go ahead and see if the chests are already looted. So I think we've done a couple of the puzzle rooms. I would think one would be like the earliest one we would do, but no, there's still a chest marked on here. Oh, there's a chest over there. So, okay, we have not done this yet. Okay.
Accio.
Okay. So that just warps that around, doesn't actually move it. So, okay. Okay, pretty easy to get up here. Where are we trying to get to? Because I see 3 chests. Is it just the chests? Or is there an exit? Okay. Oh. No, we need to go taller. Okay. Okay, but if we just put this one over here, it's going to stick on top of that. So let's do this. There we go. Okay, so now that should be enough space that we should be able to get this one over. There we go. Okay.
Revelio.
And then... Whoa. Oh, okay. Thank you. We still want to get over to there. Okay. Let's see, how are we going to get over to there? All right, let's reset this. We don't have everything stuck together. Let's kind of see what we got here. I think I know one way we can do this. Let's pulse. Nope. Let's pulse you. Let's get you out of the way. Okay, here we go. And being a wizard involves a lot more climbing than I would have thought. Oh no! Easy way back. Okay, I guess maybe he might have built up something that he had to jump over. No, not gear. Yeah, made a mistake forgetting to sell stuff while we were in Hogsmeade. House emblem scarf, okay.
Revelio.
I mean, is this... Guess that's all there is. This isn't a multi-room puzzle like the other one. This is just a single loot the treasure chests room. Okay. Aha. Okay, so that's seeing that chest appear there does give me some confidence that we've actually completed that room. We weren't missing something. So we could see the marker for that when we came in, but didn't see it there. So that seems like that's a something that you'd get as a reward.
Revelio.
That's right. There's the potions classroom. This is up to the main hall.
That was it. Half a bottle of flabbergasted leech, stirred clockwise.
Okay. Were you talking to me? Because if so, I have no idea what the context was. I'm sorry. So, okay, let's see. Okay, I want to go talk to Mr. Fig, Professor Fig. Again, after our initial visit to the library at night, the what's it?
Revelio.
Okay, wanted to see if that statue up there was something we could interact with, but I guess not. The prefects suddenly seem a lot less interested in, keeping people from visiting the library at night. We don't have to sneak around the school like we did that. Oh, hello. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get on the defensive as soon as I saw you, but I was actually just playing another game where I was riding around in a train, and whenever I saw snowmen appear, they would start throwing their heads at me. So I was a little. You can understand my reaction, but yeah, glad to see you're a bit friendlier. Have a good evening. I hope it stays nice and cool for you. Okay, we have a quest upwards. I feel like that's a quest that we've seen before and had issues getting to. Oh, it's here. Oh, hello? Are you the one who's... Let's give me a question. No, you're the one who's... Evangeline Bardsley.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
We only had 2 bells to go, but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow. Who spoiled things? Was it what bells?
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Said they were giving him a headache. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So I asked my friend Adelaide to help me put them back. We've always been a duo of sorts, Adelaide and Evangeline. Addie and Evie. Anyway, it was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions. Then she wasn't comfortable with our rule breaking. Now I'm stuck, unable to tell which bell goes where.
Okay. I might be able to help with the bells. Okay, what's so important about the bells? Did Professor Black really remove the bells for a headache? Why can't you put the bells up yourself? Okay. So, tell me more about these bells.
Is it really that important that the bells go back up?
Is it really that important? They're part of the school's history. Those bells likely told a young Merlin that he was running late to Charms, or called Ignatia Wildsmith to dinner. We can't simply fiddle with history. We're meant to be its stewards.
Okay, I don't disagree. On the other hand, being a steward of history, I think, doesn't necessarily mean once a bell is in place, nobody is ever allowed to move it ever again. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with what you're doing. I'm just saying I think the reason you're doing it seems a little bit off. But yeah, okay. I guess we can work with that. So, did Professor Black really remove the bells for a headache?
It's certainly an odd decree, even for Black, taking down the bells for a headache.
I agree. I thought it might also have been that they interrupted his hourly naps. That's all he does in his office, you know. But then I heard... Can you keep a secret?
I can.
I heard from Alice, who heard from Ollie, who heard from Eugenia, that it's because the bells reminded him of his wedding day. Breaks out in a sweat every hour on the hour. But mum's the word.
Okay. And why can't you put the bells up yourself?
If only 2 bells are left, isn't it fairly easy to tell which goes where?
Easy for you, perhaps. I happen to be tone deaf. Mother likes to say I couldn't carry a tune if it hopped on my back like a chocolate frog. No point putting them back in if they don't sound just as they did before, for the sake of historical accuracy.
Right, if the sound changes at all, then, you know, there's no point in even having bells. Might as well just tear down the whole school at that point. Right?
Perhaps I could help put the bells back up.
Really? Oh, that would be wonderful. The bells are in the bell tower just above the music room.
Okay, we've
You're
been there.
certainly of more help than Adelaide.
Okay, well, I didn't come here to, you know,
I imagine the
badmouth your
bells are
friends.
just inside in the bell tower.
You know, we could probably do that before we head out. Where? Isn't Professor Fig's room? No, that's the... Oh, it's not to take me to Professor Fig. It changed. Yeah. Okay, that's one irritation is if I'm currently on a quest and I get a new one, maybe give me a prompt to see if I want to change my objectives, 'cause I could be in the middle of something and not want to change right away. Okay, that's right. He's up in the area above the open area.
Away from me!
Revelio.
He's not even here. Oh, hello, Professor. Oh. No, it wasn't waiting too long. Just a few hours, apparently. Wait, who's this?
What do we have here? A demiguise.
Hey, there's demiguise in here? Oh, there is. Okay. Okay, after we talk to Professor Fig, we'll get the demiguise.
I hope Professor Fig, The keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the Headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The Headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the Headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the Headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A Polyjuice Potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
You were surprisingly prepared for sneaking into the Headmaster's office without his will.
How do you feel?
Incredible.
Excuse me.
I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the Headmaster's house elf.
So Polyjuice Potion is supposed to only last for like an hour or so, but I wonder if I can just wait around for this demi-guise. No, it's not going to let me wait. Okay. We need to go speak to Professor Kagawa. I wonder if people are going to say anything different as we're wandering around when they see us. There's somebody down there.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I will decide what's best. Oh, really? Yeah, don't really have time to go somewhere else. Sharp, just tell me what this is all about.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry.
So
What could the
Professor
headmaster
Sharps. Oh, Gareth.
Gareth! Mr. Weasley! What are you doing here? Don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor. Yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago, muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
I wonder how much of this is us playing into the part so that we don't get found out.
One for my diary.
And how much of this is us just pranking people? I mean, having a student deliver the potions was clearly kind of a... It's going to be an embarrassing prank on Professor Black himself. But...
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
Headmaster, here, what could he want?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes! Mixed with bubo tuba pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
You know, for being on a secret mission, we're making sure to be...
Very wrong with Professor Black. Dittany and Booba-Tuba Pass. Moustache paste.
We're, making
when
sure
I
to,
witness what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn for the...
Professor, a word? I should like to speak with you, Professor. Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Please do, or that would be unwise. Yeah, please do. Sounds like a good idea.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
So I have to assume that, like, if we're doing this to make people think we're actually black, then is...
You find one venomous tentacular on your pillow and you don't soon forget.
You're actually walking on the walls. Although, are you okay? You don't seem to be fully in control. You look like you're kind of in a trance.
One of the girls, too. And she talks in her sleep.
Huh. But, so I have to assume that Professor Black just...
I hope it's not about anything
regularly walks around shouting the sorts of things we're shouting.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
I wonder if this is we most of what we've been doing is just kind of making
Make way for the headmaster.
Professor Black seem a little silly, but telling Professor Kagawa to actually write to the Ministry, I wonder if this is going to like directly tie into why Professor Black
handled hand mirror?
is no longer Headmaster.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
He's handling secret ministry matters, and I don't miss him. So we can either try to convince her that Professor Fig is doing some secret work that's why he's gone, or we can show our irritation towards him and say that, like, yeah, we're better off if he just stays gone. This, I mean, on the one hand, this seems like it'd be more of a Professor Black answer. On the other hand, if we just say, like, yeah, we're better off without him or something, that might actually make Professor Weasley a bit more concerned and have her try to do some stuff. So, yeah, there's a secret mission.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
Well, I'm sure we fooled her. What in the world are you guys...
Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand that man.
What in the world were you guys up to over here?
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Also, if we're not supposed to wander around the Forbidden Forest, then why do we have a Flu network connection right into the middle of the thing?
Scrope's as hard a worker as any house elf.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
Yeah. You dare question me, or I've changed my mind. Yeah, rules change, Scrope.
And now I'm telling you that you can tell me.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's to do with strength. It's to do with my family's reign. It's to do with purity of blood. I'm pretty sure, based on most of the blacks, I probably should remember what the motto actually was, because I think it was mentioned in the Harry Potter books, but I think it had something to do with purity of blood.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Ah, yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The Polyjuice Potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
Oh, okay. Can't just duck into that room? That's not out of sight enough. Okay. Fortunately, belches are... Oh, hey. And the owl's drawn, so it looks like it's on the perch.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
So that's... It's a consequence of... Seems to be that's a consequence of Professor Black treating his house elf poorly. Is... I mean, the house elf has to obey him and is deferential, but you know, when we say, like, hey, never speak of this to me or anyone else, you know, Scrope's immediate response is like, yeah, I don't really want to speak to you any more than I have to, so if Professor Black were treated his house elf a bit better, Scrope might be wanting to ask him about it or talk to him about it later, and then we'd be found out. But what is that? Looks like kind of a tiger or lion shape in these spikes. Is that a manticore? Isn't a manticore like some kind of a big cat with spiky hair or something? I think that's...
Nice to see you, my young friend.
Oh, nice to see you too. Shouldn't somebody take care of this?
Reparo.
Okay. Guess that's not happening. It's okay. Let's go to the Headmaster's office. We can...
Revelio.
If we haven't been to the Headmaster's office before, that might be a good place to look for some... See if there's anything we haven't seen before. Wait a second, what's the... Okay, that's a secret passage. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking up a manticore. Manticores from Persian mythology. Head of a human, the body of a lion, and the tail of a scorpion. or a tail covered in venomous spines similar to porcupine quills. Okay. So that, I guess that kind of worked with that depiction. I mean, we saw the spikes all over the place. The head, I'm not sure if I would say head of a man, but I guess the fact that it just seemed bearded rather than having a full mane like a lion, maybe that's more of a mannish quality. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say that was probably a manticore then.
Revelio.
I wonder if that ding could be the headmaster's office. We're almost right below it when we... Oh. There's a lot of stuff we're... 15th of February, 1851. This morning's crystal gazing was most discouraging. I was initially thrilled to see the Ministry of Magic in my future. The atrium appeared to me clear as day. I've always dreamed of working there. However, as the atrium dissolved into a sea of brooms, endless rows of them, my elation turned to despair. Am I destined for a future in broom regulatory control? The tedium would rival the song of a whooper for my sanity. For now, I must accept that I am simply not naturally inclined towards divination. Although perhaps I have some subtle skill in that I can sense that? Likely so.
Revelio.
We're getting closer to something. Okay, there's more above us. Okay, that's where I saw some more. Okay. Ah. Oh, there's a level 3 lock for this. Okay.
Revelio.
So we're gonna have to come back here when we've got... have to come back here once we've got some more demiguises. I also have one of these.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password.
No, okay.
Lumos.
There we go. This is at the base of some stairs. Is it the base of the stairs we were just at? Let's see, okay, we need a key for that. Okay, so here's a level 2 block.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Gold wooden spectacles. Whose room is this? Oh, okay. Fill up our slots again. Okay. Yeah, just want to... Okay, Professor Hecat. As discussed, I have corresponded with my goblin acquaintances at Gringotts. All have condemned Ranrock's actions and some have privately considered that his motives may not be what they seem. From what I've heard of his treatment towards others of his own kind, those who refuse to join his ranks, I am inclined those who refuse to join his ranks, I'm inclined to agree with their friends at the bank. I will let you know what more I hear. Suffice it to say that for now, we must remain vigilant. Respectfully, Aesop Sharp. Okay, well, let's... get rid of some greens. Gold trim debonair ensemble. Roughhouser gloves.
Revelio.
It sounds like it should be like right here in this room. Unless maybe it's on the other side of this door. Or maybe up. There's the moth.
Lumos.
Okay. Okay, we need to... Hopefully we'll have enough time to at least get into the office and kind of see what's going on. Get to the trial, although we probably won't finish the trial. You're not the field. You're not the page. Ah, here we go. Headmaster's office gargoyle. Okay, that does make sense that this would have a page. The staircase that leads to the headmaster's office is guarded by an enchanted gargoyle that will only let those who know the password enter, though anyone choosing to visit the current occupant of the office is difficult to fathom. Okay, not that the person is difficult to fathom, but the idea of anyone choosing to. Okay. Yeah, very, very different. Seems, Professor Black told the password to his house elf and then gave strict orders like, don't discuss it with anyone, not even with me. And the fact that Professor Fig needed to, we needed to find the house elf makes me think that Professor Black doesn't want like anyone visiting him except, his house elf probably to attend to him when he needs. Very different in contrast to Professor Dumbledore, who, during his time as headmaster, the password changed a bit, and it wasn't like he told everybody, but he, was willing to tell Harry, like, hey, here's the password if you need to come see me. I think several of the, probably all of the other professors, all the teaching staff seemed to know it and, could visit him. It wouldn't be their place to share it with people that he hadn't given permission to, but like he just seemed like he was much more open to people visiting him and having access to him as headmaster.
Toujours pure.
Okay, thank you.
Revelio.
We still have a ding, so
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
Aha. Sleeping portraits. Not all headmasters and headmistresses enjoy reliving the day-to-day challenges of running a school of witchcraft and wizardry. Some prefer to enjoy a well-earned nap when possible. Okay, so yeah, these are gonna be all. Are all of these previous headmasters and headmistresses?
Revelio.
Oh wow, you can have more dings. Ooh, a blue wand handle. That sounds okay. We need level 3 lock. Oh, are we gonna be able to get back in here after leaving? The Sorting Hat. This enchanted hat was created by the 4 founders of Hogwarts as the means by which students would be placed into one of the 4 schoolhouses. Skilled at legilimency, the Sorting Hat can see into the wearer's head, allowing it to determine their thoughts and abilities. Okay, oh yeah, there we go. Nice blue stone handle.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
Okay, what will I find in the book?
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
Okay, that sounds like that'll be fun.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Okay, well,
Has this been under the Headmaster's nose all this time?
we won't start that yet. Let's explore the Headmaster's office a bit more. Hey, I just noticed we have the dragon globe holder. That's kind of a cool globe stand. What's this?
Revelio.
Why is this door blue? Can't seem to interact with it. Looks like there's a passage behind it. Apothecary receipt. Cure for boils, 1 file. Receipt. Hair tonic. Mustache wax. Bundaman pomade. Comb, pearl handled. Back scratcher, gold handled. Doxycide. Paid in very small part. Remainder to be billed to ministry.
Revelio.
Not seeing anything else here. Was this pensive? Okay.
That must be the pedestal.
So, okay, well this seems like a good place to stop, and so let's go through. Now let's check on our challenges, see if there's anything we can collect. Okay, we still need more Dark Wizards, Dugbugs, Fury, Infamous Foes, Spiders, Trolls. Mongoose. Oh, if we'd beaten that one troll earlier, we'd have gotten that. Okay. Dueling feats. Okay, so we want to make sure we're. That's what completing those does for us. Get some more progress towards that. Okay, story quests, relationship quests, Lucky Leprechaun Ensemble. Okay. Lucky Leprechaun hat, Lucky Leprechaun gloves. Once we complete this, we're gonna have to see what that whole set looks like together. Okay. Ancient magic hotspots, balloons, landing platforms, Merlin trials. Okay, yeah, just a few more Merlin trials. We'll be able to, looks like, max out our inventory. Okay, Starry-Eyed Seer's scarf, Starry-Eyed Seer's ensemble. Those are for astronomy tables. We have Hogwarts secrets. One more that we still have to do. One more field guide page in Hogsmeade. 15 about the Highlands. Okay, and we upgraded our gear 5 times. We need to upgrade some more. Rescue some more beasts. And maybe that has to do with breeding that we heard about. So. Okay. Now That's not what I'm... Talents. Okay, send a slam creates a damaging shockwave around your target. I have 2 talents available. Bombarda causes an explosive blast with a massive area of effect. Pulso releases an additional blast directly around you. Defendo casts slice through impacted enemies to strike additional targets. Enemies struck with the transformation spell transform into explosive objects. Well, that sounds fun. Especially if we keep having enemies like you know, when we face the spiders, how they always have the little spiders around them. That might be useful if we can transform the little spiders into explosive barrels that then we throw at the big spider. Okay, that definitely sounds like a fun one. Make sure we use transformation more often. A couple of those sounded good, but let's see what else we've got. Perfect Protego releases a damaging blast that breaks enemy shields. And blocking a spell with Perfect Protego will send 2 projectiles back at enemies. Not very good with my timing, but we might be able to practice that. Okay, it's looking like a Perfect Protego is just when the outer circle and the inner circle overlap each other. Let's see what else we got. Requirement. Okay, focus, potion, duration. Okay, range and damage of the potion effects. Okay, for Thunder Brew. Maximum potency. Okay, damage and duration of mandrakes. Visibility potion, potency, and Edoras potion, potency. Okay, now I kind of like that. We'll start trying to figure out Perfect Protegos. Let's see if we can work on that. So, okay. I think we're all set to next time try out the next challenge here, which next time will be in a couple weeks. Next week is American Thanksgiving, which I should be here on Monday, but the following Friday between Thanksgiving and the weekend, I will be unavailable. So with that, I guess I will come back in 2 weeks and try this. So thank you for coming. Have a good evening and a good week and a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you next time. Bye.